What the other day you mentioned Andy would be 2 or 3 weeks. Have you learned more in the last day or two about his?
No, I think still the same. So that's where we're at. So he'll be out for 2 or 3 weeks. So and then hopefully he's back available for us after that.
And what's because obviously he has a history of hamstrings and various muscle injuries. How do you treat this maybe a little bit differently than with other players?
Yeah, we've obviously been aware of that with Andy, and throughout the pre-season we've been monitoring with his hamstrings, and there might be certain days where he'll do something a little bit different or maybe stay in, and so we have been monitoring it. So his hamstring is not too bad. He got a kick before that, the week before, on his calf, and he had a lot of fluid in his calf, so it's a mixture of the two really. So it's not too bad. The two of them aren't too bad, but it is going to take 2 or 3 weeks for both of them to heal up.
And best early in the season to take your time.
Yeah, no, I think of course if a player's fit, you want them ready and available to play. And with Andy, it's the same. He's got an injury. He won't be. There's no point in us risking him. He wouldn't be able to play because it's not a injury where you can maybe play through it. So it is what it is. He is going to miss 2 or 3 weeks, and once that's fine, he'll be back available. Hi mate.
Wait, how you doing?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Good. Jim Van Stone says hello. He was asking about you yesterday.
Oh, was he? Yeah, he's helped me a lot with some tickets for the basketball and concerts and stuff. So he's a good guy. Good guy.
Well, he's a good guy. He's a big soccer guy, as you know. Anyway, it's been obviously you left points on the table, but it's been such a bright start to the season. You almost feel like you're ahead of schedule, or how do you assess where you are right now? Because you've been in every game, you took from behind, you dictated terms against Orlando. How do you assess where you are right now?
Yeah, I think it's been a okay start. I think in terms of points, we've picked up, but it's also been a frustrating start as well for us, because I think the Orlando game for sure we should have won the game. Thought the Columbus game, there was some really good moments in it, in that game, but the frustrating thing for me is the goals we've conceded are avoidable, and so that has been frustrating for us. So we're working really hard to try and stop that. But on the flip side of that, we've created chances. We have to do better in the final third. We have to make sure we reward ourselves, especially when we have good play in scoring goals, and obviously that helps you win games. So yeah, I've been pleased with the performances, but the details, which I always talk to players about, we have to improve on them.
Next, we'll go to Ryan.
Hi, Wayne. You'd mentioned, I think, on Saturday, you mentioned that Russell had a really good game on Saturday, and he seems kind of, at least from numbers, that he's looking really well, and his health's looking really well. How do you kind of see that general area in midfield shaking up, because you kind of have him and Victor there? Is the thought potentially to maybe put them both in central midfield at once, or are you just going to kind of ride Russ's hot hand until something happens?
No, I think I like competition for places, and I think Russell has started the season really well, and for Victor is an option there, of course. Click who's playing in there is an option. So we've got players who can play that position, and they have to work hard. And for Russell, he's playing well. He's going to play, and for the players who aren't playing, for Victor who missed the last game, it's just about working hard and training and trying to force your way back into the team. So it's for any coach, is what you want, is competition for places. So I'm pleased with them all, and but as I said, I thought Russell, I think from playing with Russell as a player, and seeing him now and seeing him develop, I think he's playing with a bit more freedom. He's playing more forward passes, which we've worked on a lot with him. but then he also gives you the good balance defensively. So no, I've been really pleased with Russell.
Next, we'll go to Bruce.
Sorry, Wayne. How are you?
Hi, mate. Yeah, good, thank you.
Great. Listen, just watching the game the other night, watching the right side with Ruan and Dirk in the overlap, and how incredible the amount of chances that were created. Not so much on the left side. Are we looking to try and get a balanced situation on those sides, or are we looking? It was a weakness maybe with Orlando, or is that something that you guys are working on constantly in training?
Yeah, and of course you look at your opposition in terms of the strengths and weaknesses, and it's really interesting with Durkin because I'm sure he won't mind me saying, but he's not the quickest player.
Yeah.
So, but what he is, he's a clever player. So, it's in build-up we want him to stay wide, but in the final third at the right times, if the space is there for Ruan to go forward and Durkin to come inside, then it's something we work on in training. So, yeah, I think Ruan made some really good runs, especially first half against Orlando, and Durkin's a clever enough player to come into a more central position and be effective from there. So, and I think even if you look at it on the transition, the chance that Koo had from the left-hand side, it was Durkin who actually made the run down the left-hand side as well. So, I think he's a clever player, Durkin, and he's a player who can be effective, and I think he's created a hell of a lot of chances for us this season, and with better finishing he could be sitting on 4 or 5 assists for us so as well. So no, I think I've been really happy with him as well, and for Ruan making his first start, and with Andy being injured, so it's a good opportunity for Ruan to come in and play some games for me and try and prove he deserves to play every game.
That's great. Thanks, Wayne.
Thank you.
Then we'll finish it off with Dave.
And Wayne, just about playing it, you've played there now, having coached there at Yankee Stadium. Can you hear me, Wayne, or no?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Whoops. I'm sorry. You're not only playing the team, and New York City is a very good team, but also playing at Yankee Stadium. Can you just share some observations about the team and also the challenge of playing at that field?
Yeah, it is a challenge, and I haven't played there myself. It's very, it's a strange stadium to play at, and your perception and of the field, and one side is really tight, then you've got a lot of space on the other side, and the dimensions are different to what you normally play at. So we were actually debating this week on whether we mark out our pitch a bit more diagonally to try and recreate it in training. We didn't do that, but spoke to the players this morning, and the players who've played there know what to expect from the stadium. The ones who haven't been there and played there, it'll be a little bit different, and but you have to adapt. You have to be ready. It's a small pitch. I think it's the smallest size of a pitch you can have. So it's a little bit different for us, but we're going to go there and play the team, and there's no excuses from us if we don't play well, we don't win the games. We're certainly not going to make an excuse of the field.